In this episode of Get Real with Gab, I'm speaking with a young entrepreneur called Bailey. So Bailey and his girlfriend Ruby are in their 20s and they've decided to purchase a franchise. It's a fitness franchise called AirLocker. And it was really interesting at the time of when we decided to do this interview. There was a lot of things happening in the background of the business. And to give you a bit of context around that, the actual headquarters of the franchise went into administration. And so, you have a young couple that have obviously borrowed a lot of money to purchase this franchise, and they're in, up in air, like what's actually going to be happening with their business. And so Bailey in this interview is obviously not his sprightly self as he usually is, which is understandable. But what we're actually discussing in the interview is just around, obviously his career, why he's decided to purchase a business and start a business. And I guess, some of the realities and the challenges that he's come across as he's, learned and understood about, what he's doing in business and how his career in the Air Force has kind of helped him along the way. So it's not a very long interview. We did it in his studio, so it's kind of got like a bit of a cool filter over it. But I really hope you enjoy this episode with Bailey and I. I'm here today with Bailey, and the thing I love about Bailey, and I only met him about a year ago, is that him and his girlfriend Ruby are really, really young entrepreneurs. They've transitioned from a career into purchasing a franchise, and I guess today we're just going to talk about, where you started and how you got to here. So tell us a bit about, you're quite young, you went to school, you got out of school. What did you first do when you left school?
First thing I did when I left school, I was obviously didn't have any major jobs. I was just working at Hungry Jack's and McDonald's. My whole family's from the military. It's something I always wanted to pursue growing up. So first thing I did was apply for the Air Force. Joined up in 2019. I did that for about 4.5 years.
Yep.
And pretty much got straight out of that into this.
And what did you like? What did you think the military taught you? Like, I know I have a brother that was obviously in the Army, and I have that experience from the Army. You were from Air Force, was it?
Yeah.
So what was some of the things that you kind of felt you learnt from the Air Force that's transitioned into you being a business owner?
Definitely some of the business side of things, just with decision making and leadership. I had the fortunate opportunity to be put in a couple of positions where I was leading a small team and making decisions that are kind of relevant to this space.
Can you give us an example?
Like, for example, if we were away on a trip or something, or for example, when the whole COVID thing went down, I was in Sydney for 3 months. We were led in small teams with a group leader. I was fortunate enough to be in that group leader position, and we essentially had a game plan and set up what resources we need for specific days and trips and organise it and get the job done.
Yeah. And how do you think that's transitioned to you now as a fitness instructor and a business owner?
I guess obviously the context isn't very relevant, but
everything's relevant.
Yeah.
It always is, yeah.
Just the basic understanding of prioritisation, being disciplined, getting done what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, putting the needs of others before yourself, putting your own feelings aside when more important things come up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just pushing through, really.
Yeah.
It's a big one. I think a lot of people who don't go into business lack the ability to push through hard stuff.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Not really sure, to be honest. Bit of a controversial topic for some I know. I personally believe that it's just our generation, the way the world is at the moment.
So I guess, like, you've gone into the Air Force, you've learnt some really valuable skills. What are some of the things that, made you decide that you wanted to get out and do something different and be a business owner for yourself?
Personally, it wasn't really about specifically owning a business, but just the thought of not living an average life, just going through with a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life until retirement. Maybe owning a house in our day and age, if you're lucky, with the prices and everything, bloody hell. And just taking a crack at doing something more.
And why fitness?
I've always been a big advocate for fitness. Even in the Air Force, I was an ATFL.
Okay, yep. Can you explain what that is, just in case people don't understand?
Sorry, I just named a ligament.
Oh, did you?
No. ADFFL.
ADFFL, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Which is?
Australian Defence Force Fitness Leader.
That's okay. You know what? Even if you just said ADL or whatever it was, I still would have thought it was cool. So.
That's right. Ligament in your ankle. That's what an ATFL is.
That's okay.
I broke one, so.
Oh, really?
Fresh in the brain.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, so you were I guess the equivalent of a fitness instructor in the Air Force.
My primary role was in a fitness leader. It's like a secondary role you pick up in your unit, so it's a qualification. So my primary role was a communications electronics technician, so a bit of a radar nerd.
Nice.
But on the side, I was a AFFL, AD.
The acronym.
Acronyms, that's stupid. But essentially, just used to run my unit through PT sessions, sports, stuff like that.
All right, I'm going to have to ask the hard question, because having a brother who was a PTI, did you have to wear bright red short shorts?
No.
Oh, okay. Because there's pictures of my brother, and he's in white T-shirt, and
this is the army, though.
The army,
Yes,
and they're like tiny shorts.
Yes, you do. For us, it's a bit more lax. He was a PT. They have specific dress, and the army it's red shorts. In the Air Force, it's a really bright blue shirt and navy pants, and in the Navy, it's grey. But for an ADFFL, we had grey shirts, and we can wear whatever pants we like.
Nice.
I used to prefer the short ones.
So you decided to transition, and you wanted to do something for yourself. So what did a franchise appeal to you? Why that kind of business? Was there a reason for it, or you just loved what the franchise was about?
Obviously, anything in the fitness space would have piqued my interest, but it was kind of an opportunity that jumped out at us. And I guess the thought process was, myself and Rubes don't really have any experience as a business owner ourselves. And this is a way to get into the fitness industry and have that background support to make sure we do get guided in the right direction. As long as we show up and put in the effort, it should work out.
And what do you think's been the most important thing you've learnt as a business owner?
Figure it out for yourself. Don't just listen to people. Don't just listen to what they say in the industry. Don't take everything as gospel. You need to go figure it out yourself and
fail fast.
Never trust a single source of information. It will lead you astray, for sure.
Awesome. And I guess, with your journey and with Ruby's journey as well, did you see this business as a long-term plan or a stepping stone to something different?
We weren't super sure at the time. Initially, we had thoughts of it being a stepping stone into our own business, or even spreading multiple franchises, etc. But at this point, it's looking like a bit more of a long-term thing for now, until we figure out what the next step is.
Well, you're still young too. You've got a long way to go. So I guess, when it comes to fitness, as a business owner, what do you think is kind of important? You think about it, everyone has their own stresses. You're doing the daily slog and the daily grind. what are some of the things you think fitness or wellness could be beneficial to business owners? Like, one thing I love about this place, and when I first started coming here, is that even though it was only for 90 seconds, at the end, it was like that meditation moment. And it's like one of those things that, even though it was like the shittest session, when I say shit, it's like hard, and you're trying to breathe because we are in altitude training here. I always found that to be the best part of the session. So, as a business owner, what do you think, or why do you think health and wellness is, really important and should be important to business owners?
I personally believe that there's no better thing for your mental health than fitness. I've personally been through hills and troughs in and out of fitness, and for example, when we first opened this business, we were so consumed with work, I completely stopped working out for the first time in 9 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I put on a bit of weight, and I was so unhappy, and I'd honestly say borderline depressed. And I kind of woke up one day, I was like, what are you doing with yourself,
Yeah.
And I started working out again, and it just improved my mood, improved my energy, improved my drive, just everything. I just, always question why I've even stopped.
Yeah.
You've got 24 hours in a day. At the end of the day, you need to prioritise your own health, and I think that there's no one on this planet that can't make time.
Like, what's the one thing you love to do and that it gives you that buzz? Like, I used to love running because I found it was the only thing that could get rid of my chatter, and I could focus on the cadence of breathing in and out, to my run, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's your one go-to thing that you love doing?
I'd probably say heavy ass back squats.
Heavy ass back squats. Okay. Is that why you're always pushing them when you take the class? Yeah. Why do you love heavy ass back squats?
I don't know. It's the feeling of achieving something that you think you can't do, or borderline can't do, and pushing through, or trying it even though you're not confident, and then doing it is very, very good feeling, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously always working to improve that is kind of not a grind, it's just chipping away, and every session you're getting closer and closer, you're getting stronger. Slight tweaks in technique or training, and you see improvements here and there. It's just very rewarding and exciting for me.
So are you the type that focuses on the heaviness or the form? Is your goal to, okay. So what are you squatting?
At the moment, my one rep max is 200 kilos.
Oh my God. I think mine's about 15 at the moment, so without the bar.
Mind you, there's a lot of improvement there.
Yeah.
I used to train with a friend in Newcastle, so his name's Samuel Forsberg.
Yeah.
Big inspo.
Why?
He's just amazing.
Machine, is he?
He's a machine.
Yeah.
He's currently under 105s champion.
Oh, wow.
Nationals in Australia.
Yeah.
He's very strong, so similar height and bit heavier than me, and he can squat over 300.
Wow.
Deadlift over 340, I think it is. Bench press around 180 at the moment. So
yeah. Who would you say he would be your, I guess, person of influence in terms of fitness?
Definitely him and my brother Lachlan. My brother's a bodybuilder.
Oh, really? Natural bodybuilding?
No.
As natural as it can be?
Yeah.
That's okay though, yeah. And is he on the professional rink at the moment, or?
He's been training for a long time.
Yeah.
I guess he wanted to make sure that he was in his best possible shape before he started competing.
Yeah.
So he only had his first comp last year, and he's looking to get his pro card now.
So that means, is he going to trial for Mr. Olympia or stepping up to Mr. Olympia?
Not anytime soon, that's for sure.
No?
Mr. Olympia is very, very big stage.
Yeah.
And you need a pro card to compete in that. So
yeah.
He done his amateur show with the NABA last year.
Oh, okay, cool.
He took out first in both classic categories.
Yep.
And then went on to compete in the Opens and took out second place in that too. So
very
good. Very promising. So
Have you trained him, or he's got a trainer himself?
He trains himself.
Wow.
He doesn't have a coach, he doesn't have a dietitian, he does everything himself. Very, very knowledgeable guy. Much more than myself.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I hope he does well. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So I guess, if we come back to say, your everyday average, I guess, workout person like myself, what are some of the things that you think a business owner can do who may not, be a fitness or up there with fitness, but want to start on that journey? What do you think some of the things that they can do?
Seek help,
Yeah.
seek advice, and start setting goals.
Yeah.
So once you see progress, that's when you get hooked.
Yeah,
definitely. And that's that, really, really rewarding feeling that I was talking about with setting goals and achieving those goals.
Yep.
Everyone's capable of it. You only need to get the know-how from someone who does.
Yep.
Whether that be go and join a gym like AirLocker, or that be do your own research, get in there, or if you've got friends in the industry who you can train with, like myself.
Yep.
That's how I gained a lot of my knowledge.
Yep.
Go out and get it. It's available for everyone. You just got to take the first step. And that's the hardest part, is taking that first step. But once you get hooked on it, I personally believe that you'll look back on days you don't train and think, I felt like shit.
Yeah. It's funny. I have a friend of mine. She lives in Sydney, and she wanted to learn to run 5Ks, and she just started by running around the block, and then she ended up joining. It was like a women's run team in Sydney. Anyway, I think about 3 or 4 months ago, she hit that 5K mark. It took her about 8 months. Now she's like surpassed. I think she's at like 9Ks. Absolutely loves it. Religiously, on a Sunday, she joins this team, and I guess it's kind of community driven as well. And I guess for the gym here, like, it is very much community driven. Like, you have a mix of young and mature, obviously, patrons. A lot of them being young. Like, what do you love about your community, and why is it important for you?
I love that everyone gets around each other. I haven't met someone here who I would consider someone I don't like ever.
Yeah.
I think it's great that it's very important to me that people get around each other, because we all have our days. I've trained in here regularly myself, and I have my days where I'm not going so good. And all it takes is one person to come and encourage you, or get around you, to lift you up a bit, to get a good workout in. I think that getting a good workout in, rather than just turning up and going through the motions at a commercial gym, knowing that you've done good really boosts your mood and energy for the day. I think.
Yeah.
And it could really help some days.
I must admit, like, when we come in here, and because it is such a young crowd, and let's face it, like, my husband and I are probably one of the oldest here, and we could probably all father and you guys and mother you guys. But I think the one thing I really love about here is that we're treated no different. But I also like that there's no lights on. You've got the blue lights on, so no one's sitting there posing and looking at their triceps for the next 20 minutes. Like, except for you, yeah. But like, it's actually really calming for me, having gone down that route myself of bodybuilding when I was in my early 20s, and the pressure to obviously look a certain way. And like, I come from originally the fashion industry, so there's always that, I guess, ideology that you have to be thin and look a certain way, otherwise you're not accepted. So, congratulations to you on, building a community that is around acceptance and inclusivity, rather than the beautiful people, so to speak. So well done. I guess, although you are still quite young and you're on your journey, if I said to you, like, what would you tell your 18-year-old self, given what you've learned over that period of time from when you're 18 to now, what would you say to them?
Always explore every avenue before making a decision.
Okay, why is that?
It comes back to that. I think we touched on it earlier, about not taking everything you hear as gospel, and going to figure shit out for yourself. I think that's very, very important. It can save a lot of heartache and a lot of time, and really fast track yourself on your way to your goal.
Yep. And if I said to you, who would be your biggest celebrity crush? Who would it be? If I can just say mine is actually, I've got a few, but probably one would be The Rock. I love The Rock. I think he's like, not because he's big and powerful, but I don't know, the guy just never seems to have a bad day. And I just love his inspo. Even like when you see what he's pushing, and he's got massive chains around his necks, and his thighs are probably about as big as my body. But the guy is just phenomenal. Like, I just love everything about what he does, how he does it, and he just seems like a super nice guy.
Yeah.
Who's your celebrity crush?
I've probably got two that are tied.
Yeah?
Henry Cavill
Ooh.
and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, wow. And two totally different personas too.
Yeah.
Why are they your crush? You want Henry's body, don't you?
Henry's
like, he's a
body.
massive
He's
unit.
He's got a good body, but just his ideologies and the way he presents himself, I think, is admirable.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of similar interests too.
Yeah, like gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see someone represent that.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a nerd at heart.
Yeah.
Always have been. And you just don't see people like that very often. You know.
Yeah.
He's a literal superhero. Super nice guy, nerdy.
Yeah.
On the inside, super nice, jacked.
Yeah.
Rich, famous.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
All of those things. Yeah.
And Ryan Reynolds, he just doesn't give a shit about anyone else, and I think that's a very, very, not about anyone else, but about what anyone thinks of him. He's hilarious,
Yeah.
He's not afraid to give it and take it. I think that's a very admirable trait.
Do you care what people think about you?
No, I do, probably more than I think and more than I should, but I like to think that compared to a lot of people, no, not really.
Yeah.
I think it's important to put your genuine self out there, and just if they don't like it, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I guess one last question, which I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What is your alter ego?
Alter ego.
And why? So I'll give you a little bit of a background to my alter ego. My alter ego and my name is La Fonda. And the reason why I like La Fonda is, I don't know if you've seen Napoleon Dynamite.
A long time ago.
Yeah. So I just loved La Fonda. She was this big, beautiful personality. She had great nails. And I don't know, I just loved her outgoingness, because generally I'm not an outgoing person. I'm very, very introverted. I have to push myself to be extroverted, so to speak. So for me, whenever I've got to be in those situations, I kind of put on my La Fonda face so I can actually do things like interview you today. So who's your alter ego, and why is it your alter ego? I'm a firm believer everyone has one.
I don't really know if I have one, to be honest. I would have never really given that any thought.
No?
Maybe Borat.
Why Borat?
Let's do a lot of his impressions sometimes.
Yeah.
He's quite a funny guy. Sacha Baron Cohen, very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know.
Don't know.
Bit of a hard question to answer, though.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure I could think of one if I had some time to give some thought, but...
Yeah. Awesome. And so I guess as we wrap up, I just want to say, thanks for taking the time today to talk to us on Get Real with Gab. So, if anyone out there, would like to know any information about, obviously, Bailey's studio, just drop us a line and we will send through some details.